Hello everybody, Astrological techniques in time and solution. In this video class I would like to demonstrate two pure astrological techniques. It will be explained two models. First one, this is astrological prediction techniques, and second one, this is Semenko diagram models. Okay, let's start. Okay, I have downloaded the price history for Bitcoin, and firstly, you see many astrologers they use natal chart. For stock market, usually they use first trade chart. So if you plan to use natal chart, you need to click this button. Here it is, and type here, put here the natal information for your financial instrument. As I know, first trade chart for Bitcoin, it was somewhere summer 2010. So I put some data here. Actually, I will not use natal charts in this class. Okay, so natal chart is here, and let's look at price chart for Bitcoin. You see, it was a drop in mid of June 2022. Here it is. And I want to see the astrological situation for this moment, for this drop. Then this drop took place. Do this. Click this button. You see this button, T, astrological prediction techniques. Here it is. Just a sec. I move it to here, and you see it will display you the astrological wheel, astrological situation for some moment. Do this. Click mouse cursor, left mouse button, click here, left mouse button, and you see you will get this vertical line. The program automatically recalculates the transiting wheel for this moment, for this vertical line. For example, if I click mouse cursor somewhere here you see the program automatically recalculates the natal chart. Okay, I will display. Here it is. Astrological situation for this moment, and you see planets, you see information about planetary position, you see information about planetary aspects, transiting aspects. Also, you see the important aspects here: Sun, trine, Saturn, and Sun square Neptune. Pay attention, some aspects like Sun, Saturn trine are this is thick line. They mark it as a bold line, thick line. While another aspects like Moon, trine Mars, this is thin line. The difference between these aspects, because you see these aspects, Sun, trine, Neptune, this is applying aspects. If this is applying aspect, it means that in future it will be culmination for these aspects. While this is aspect, this is already separating aspect. So the culmination took place in past. It's already over. So this way you can separate applying and separating aspects. And now I would like to demonstrate you one more feature. This is aspects dynamic. This is how aspects changes in time. For example, this aspect Sun, trine, Saturn. And you see this is applying aspects, and we want to know then this aspect culminates. Do it this way. Highlight these aspects and make double click here. Just double click here and look at this. You will get dynamic for these aspects. You see this aspects enters orb. It reach 3 degrees orb June 13. And after that it goes and reaches culmination 0 orb June 16. This data, exactly this data. June 16, 3:14 a.m. And after that, in June 19, its aspects reach orbs 3 degrees, and so this aspects is over. If you like to increase orb or decrease orb, you can use this option. Just click one orb and click this button, recalculate. You see, this is here we use 1 degree orb. The same manner, the same way you can analyze any planets. For example, we want to see how Saturn moves. Just double click on Saturn and you will see the ephemeris for Saturn. You see, it moves this way. It goes from direct to retrograde in June 4th. After that, it moves retrograde and change direction from retrograde to direct in October 22. Soon it will be October 22. If you want to see more, and here you see the position. If you can see more information, you can just drag mouse cursor, drag more outside of this window, and you see how this aspects, how the Saturn moves further in 2023. Or you can use this button T-min T-max, and after that click this button, and so you will get all information about Saturn. What I like to do, I like to analyze long-term aspects. You see, look at this this aspect. This aspect involves two planets, two slow planets. And this is transiting Neptune, sextile transiting Pluto. Now look at the dynamic for this aspect. Double click here and you will see this chart. Just as it calculates. Here it is. What it shows? It shows that starting from while you move mouse cursor, it shows the date for this mouse position here. And it shows that starting from beginning of June, these aspects reach 3 degrees orb. So these aspects began at that moment. And so starting from this moment, we have applying aspects. This is applying. It means that orb for this aspect decreasing, getting smaller. It's going to culmination, to zero orb. Culmination, this is zero orb. But in August, you see this data, August 12, 2022, 11:25 p.m. This aspect reaches culmination, not culmination, reach minimal value, or reach minimal value. This is closest to culmination point, but it does not reach culmination. And after that, this aspects is separating aspects. The orb getting smaller. So this aspect does not reach culmination. And so I recommend to analyze this aspect on a bigger scale, on bigger time scale, because this is it involves slow planets. Do it this way, just T-max and put here some, let's say be 27, and here it is, let's be 20. Okay, and I set T-min T-max, and now I click calculate, recalculate. You see, I see the dynamic for this one. It's not finished it. And now I can do this. You see, I can mouse choose this interval with mouse cursor, but I choose it outside of this window. Okay. Once again, look at this how it works. I click mouse cursor here and drag mouse cursor to outside of this window. This way I set a T-max. Here it is. And now we see the dynamic for this aspect, for these long-term aspects. I will make it bigger to make it more convenient for you. Look at this. This aspect started in 2020, but it does not reach culmination. It reach about 3 degrees. Then 2021 it reached 200.5 degrees, 2 degrees. 100.5 degrees, the 1 degrees, about half degrees, and starting from 26, it reached culmination. You see this point, zero orb, it's here, or zero orb is here. This is reach culmination. By the way, you can see all these dates here. Culminates, zero. Then it reached culmination 27, it reached culmination 28, 29, 30, and until this, starting for this moment, it seems to me it's stop culminates, and so this aspect, starting from this moment, this aspect does not reach culmination. So this is the whole story of this aspect. You see, this is interesting feature. Especially if you analyze natal chart. Let's try to analyze natal chart. Click this button, this option on, set this option on, and you see the program will display the natal chart. You see inside natal planets, outside transiting planets, and also displays natal houses. And but you see aspects are still the same. PP, it means the promissor. It means that we analyze here transiting aspects, but we won't also analyze transiting to natal aspects. Do it this way. Astrological techniques button, click techniques button, and here you see transiting, simple transit. Let's analyze PN, it means promissor natal aspects, and okay, let's do both aspects. So this way we analyze transiting natal aspects and transiting aspects. Or let's disable them. Okay, only transiting to natal. Okay. Look at this aspect. This aspect transiting Neptune makes a square opposition aspect to natal Saturn. Neptune, transiting Neptune to natal Saturn. Double click here. It's calculating. You see this aspect just began. Here is, you see, orbits. So I will increase T max. Let's be 26. Recalculate. Yeah, this is the whole story for this aspect. It began in mid of 22. Then it 2023, but it did not reach. It will not reach culmination. And starting from 24, it reached culmination here, and starting from this moment, it does not reach culmination. So this is the whole history of aspects. So how these aspects works for your natal chart. The last thing I would like to demonstrate to you, you see, we can analyze not only transiting aspects, transiting planets, but we can also analyze many techniques. Look at this, I click this button, techniques, and here we can choose any of these techniques. For example, analyze progression to 1 year, 1 day progress chart. Okay, I click here, and now this progress chart will be available here. Here it is. So we'll analyze any techniques. Also, we can analyze different zodiacs, for example, geo-longitude, declination, helio chart, or declination chart. Where is the declination? Declination is here. Not declination is here. You see, it displays declination this way. So we can analyze dynamic the same way. So everything is possible here. You can also analyze different harmonics. Harmonics, here it is, harmonic second, third, fourth harmonic. So everything is possible here. And now I will explain you one more astrological model. This is Semenko diagram. Августина Филипповна Semenko. Августина Филипповна Semenko. It was a great woman. She's my astrological teacher back in Russia, and she by education she's mathematician, and she worked in biggest Russian aircraft company, Tupolev aircraft company. This is they produce huge planes, this kind of Boeing in America. And so, besides her engineering work, she worked there as astrologer, and it was in communist time. For this time, astrology it was practically impossible, but she was a great astrologer, and she did her work there as astrologer. And you see, as she told me, they applied the approach like this. They analyzed plane accidents. For example, some women take plane accidents, and they watch aspects that culminates around this moment. And after that, they watch when this aspect culminates again. Or, for example, they watch like planetary position. Like Mars passes some zodiac, point of zodiac, and then they watch it, then Mars passes this point of zodiac once again. So she has developed her Semenko diagram. This is kind of this, but we analyze not only one aspects, but many aspects. You see, her student calculated this diagram manually by hand. It's huge work, but I did not do this work because next week I have developed special program that calculates this Semenko diagram automatically. Now I will show you how to calculate Semenko diagrams in timing solution. By the way, this is book written by Augustina Filipovna Semenko, but it's in Russian. You see, here's in cover displays this is part of Semenko diagram. Okay, now I will show you how to calculate this diagram with timing solution. Do this, click this button, prediction techniques is here. Next button is this astrological Semenko diagram, here it is. And now you see, just I recommend to choose one of these templates. If you analyze long-term forecast, better use this option, because this option allows to use only slope lanes. But for midterm, for this to analyze several months, let's use this midterm forecast. And now click calculate. It calculates a few minutes, actually about 1 minute. It's very fast. Wait a bit. Almost done. And you see, now we can see, look at this. By default displays 10 lines, but it will be too much. Let's decrease it to maybe, yeah, 5 lines, it's okay, 6 lines, 6 lines, okay. And you see, now the program displays all our aspects, like this aspect, Sun, sextile Saturn. Here it is. Here it is how it begins, and then it culminates this moment, and after that it's this aspect ends. And Sun square Neptune. So you see, you can see all aspects in the same screen. So you can analyze this way. You can see the whole picture. So as I told, I recommend to play with amount of lines. Also, if you can more high quality, maybe sometimes it makes sense. It calculates a little bit slower, but more precisely. Just wait a bit. Okay, this is aspects. What else? You can display geo or heliocentric. Yeah, but when you click here, you need to click calculate again. And also, you can click in natal. You can, for example, we do not need aspects to midpoint, and maybe not only ascendant. So, so actually that's it. For example, if we need to calculate aspects not transit, but transit to natal, and do it exactly like in astrological techniques. Click this button and transiting like set at PN promisor natal. It's transiting to natal. Click OK and click calculate. Okay, now we can see aspects. Maybe you see change font size because it's do it smaller, and maybe will increase amount of lines. You see, because many aspects, and you see how this aspect work. Transiting to natal aspects, so you can see it in one screen. So that's it. Thank you.